Brutal truth, your startup team sucks, but you already knew that. Here's the deal. Founders, your visionary brilliance, insert sarcastic slow clap here, can only get your precious little startup so far. I hate to break it to you. Actually, no, I kinda love it. But your cousin Mitch, who built a website once, isn't a tech genius, and your BFF Fiza's Instagram following doesn't make her qualified to run marketing. According to actual research, 23% of startups nosedive spectacularly because they didn't bother assembling a competent crew. Yes, darling, your company might implode simply because you chose your squad based on gut instinct and beer pong prowess. Let me guess, you're sitting there smugly thinking, but my team is different. Sure, and I'm secretly Rebel Wilson in disguise, which would honestly explain a lot about my snark and snack choices. The brutal truth is that your startup's fate hinges less on your brilliant ideas and more on the people you trust to bring them to life. Hiring amateurs or friends who mean well might sound budget-friendly now, but it's like using duct tape to hold your pants up. Sooner or later, things will get awkwardly exposed. And contrary to popular belief, even if you have great connections in the tech world, that still doesn't mean they're going to create startup magic for your project. Sponsored recommendations. Subscribe Cyber Patterns by Jason Levin. Regulatory rundown money never sleeps, but Bruce hasn't slept since the e-invoicing update. FDIC and e-invoicing are coming for you. Yes, you. Hey, founder friend, did you think compliance was something only big, boring corporations needed to worry about? Aw, bless your naive, innovation-drunk heart. The regulatory overlords have been busy cooking up fresh rules, and they've decided that even scrappy startups like yours need to play nice. Starting May 1st, 2025, the FDIC is insisting that banks slap clear FDIC signage on all digital platforms, websites, apps, ATMs, your grandma's recipe blog, anywhere your banking partner shows up digitally. Think of it as the government's equivalent of saying "Pix" or "it didn't happen," but with significantly fewer TikTok dances and significantly more paperwork. But wait, there's more, because regulators never disappoint in delivering extra ways to stress you out. If you're in the B2B sector, 2025 is also serving up a mandatory side dish of electronic invoicing. Yup, paper invoices are officially getting canceled harder than a celebrity caught tweeting in 2009. So get ready to say goodbye to your beloved Excel-based invoices and that hipster-approved artisanal paper you love. You're moving digital whether you like it or not. Don't get screwed unless you're into that sort of thing. Audit your digital assets. E-invoicing. No longer an option. Plan ahead. Want better details? Subscribe. We don't do things for free. We like money too much for that. Brew Public, the sudsy startup that went flat. Fast grab a beer, folks. This one's gonna sting worse than that hangover from cheap IPAs. Picture it. Charlotte, North Carolina. Brew Public bursts onto the scene, promising curated beer delivery directly to thirsty office drones at fancy pants places like Google and WeWork. By all appearances, the taps were flowing, and life was a never-ending happy hour. Sales soared past $2 million in 2018, with annual growth around 80%. Not bad, right? Cue ominous music. But beneath the surface of their bubbly success, the Brew Public team was fermenting trouble. See what I did there? Employees soon discovered that decisions were being brewed up behind closed doors without them, creating an environment as bitter as a warm pilsner at a frat party. Co-founders Zach Jameson and Charlie Mulligan, once hailed as visionary beer gods, started looking more like frat bros playing startup dress-up. Key staff members quietly exited the stage, claiming the leadership style was less collaborative and more sit down, shut up, and drink the Kool-Aid, beer. Then came the hangover that even a Molly, Tylenol, couldn't fix. Brew Public, drowning in nearly $1.5 million of debt, suddenly filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Employees showed up to work one day and, surprise, found the locks changed, their Slack channels nuked, and their beer taps tragically dry. Investors, meanwhile, were left holding emptier promises than cans after a kegger. Former Brew Public staffers, freed from their NDAs and any loyalty whatsoever, quickly spilled the tea or beer on Reddit and local news sites. Turns out, internal drama wasn't the only issue. Allegations surfaced that certain team members regularly clashed with the founders, calling them out for reckless spending, misplaced priorities, and an egotistical leadership style. Shockingly, matching ping pong tables and beer-themed merch did not boost their runway. Employees described the company culture as a toxic cocktail of poor communication, micromanagement, and founder hubris. Basically, your classic Silicon Valley stereotype, but with Southern accents and craft beer. The founders insisted everything was fine, even as their brewery partnership soured, suppliers stopped returning their calls, and critical invoices were mysteriously forgotten. Oops! Ultimately, Brewpublic's founders failed because they neglected the golden rule of startups. Your idea means nothing without the right team. Great marketing can't fix bad management, and free beer can't make disgruntled employees loyal. But take note because it will make me loyal. When the core team is rotten, the startup spoils faster than a warm lager on a hot Carolina afternoon. Founder FAQ: don't hire a con artist. How do I actually make sure I'm picking a top-notch startup team and not just my friends? A. If you wouldn't trust them with your ATM pin, don't trust them with your startup. Look, we get it. Your friends are fun, and nobody loves karaoke night more than you and your squad, but talent and friendship aren't always on speaking terms. Hiring based purely on personal chemistry or loyalty will quickly turn your startup into a dysfunctional family reunion rather than a thriving business. Instead, set your ego aside, I know, painful, and hire people who genuinely scare you with their competence and expertise. Advice you didn't ask for. If they're not better than you at something, they're not for you. Cody Sanchez, millionaire entrepreneur, author, and host of Big Deal with Cody Sanchez. Hire people who make you feel slightly inadequate. It's good for you. Look, nobody actually asked my opinion, but you're subscribed to this newsletter, so clearly, unsolicited advice is your kink. Here's today's nugget of unsolicited wisdom. Your startup team shouldn't stroke your ego. They should bruise it a little. Think of your startup like dating out of your league. If you're not slightly intimidated by their brilliance, you're settling. And settling leads to mediocrity, which leads to sad investor calls and even sadder LinkedIn updates. The last laugh, LinkedIn, where every innocent connection request turns into an unsolicited pitch slap.